Honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through my men mindset, exercise, nutrition. Welcome back. And today we slow this down with intention. This Mindful Monday is not about trends. It is not about opinion. It's about legacy. Today we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Not through politics, but through practice, through how he lived, how he moved, and how he sustained himself, and how his life gives us one of the clearest real world examples of the men mindset in action. Mindset, exercise, nutrition. This is history. History we have seen that works. I want to ground this personally for a moment. My parents were getting married the very weekend Dr. King was assassinated. So I did not just learn about the civil rights era. I inherited its stories, its fears, its courage, its resolve. I am the first generation after the moment, and so are some of you. I grew up with a mindset that sounded like this: you can do all things, never quit, finish what you started. Some of y'all know these lessons. One of the ones I remember greatly: you are not better than everyone else, but you can act better. Yeah, that one stayed with me. That was not theory, that was survival, turned into discipline, which brought me to this. So today I want to show you why Dr. King is a masterclass in the men mindset. Mindset, exercise, nutrition. Some of you, this is going to click immediately. And how his life modeled the climb towards Maslow's highest level: purpose, meaning, and peak contribution. This is not myth. Girl, no. This is lived experience. This is lived evidence. First, let's talk about mindset: his faith, identity, and clarity. Dr. King's mindset was not emotional hype. It was anchored in belief. One of his most powerful truths was this: faith is taking the first step when you don't see the whole staircase. Thank you, Dr. King. That is not poetic fluff. That is cognitive resilience. He understood something neuroscience now confirms loudly: a clear sense of why stabilizes the brain under pressure. Dr. King believed in who he was before the world affirmed it. He was faithful to the mission, even when the outcome was uncertain. Think about that pressure for a moment. The level of identity, clarity, reduces fear-based decisions making and strengthens emotional regulation. Application for us today. How does this work? If your circle feels chaotic, it is often because purpose has not been named. Faith anchored mindset does not control others. It stabilizes the room. So the second part, exercise. Movement as endurance, not performance. Let us be honest. Dr. King marched everywhere. His body was constantly in motion. He was walking, standing, marching, traveling, speaking, preaching. What we know now scientifically is this: Consistent low to moderate movement supports cardiovascular health, brain oxygenation, stress regulation, and emotional stamina. Exercise was not aesthetics for him. It was functional. Yes. Movement kept his nervous system resilient under relentless pressure. It helped him endure long days, emotional strain, and physical exhaustion. In the M.E.N mindset, this is the truth we stand on. Movement keeps the message moving. This is part of me. This is how I came to the M.E.N mindset. If your feet stop, your clarity often follows. So third, let's talk about nutrition, sustenance, community, and care. Now let us talk about something rarely discussed. Dr. King did not eat trends. He ate within community and care. Historically, his diet reflected home-cooked meals, traditional Southern foods, shared meals prepared with love, nourishment provided by community during travel and organizing. Food was not just fuel. Y'all, it was support. And here is the science-backed truth. Eating regular, nourishing meals, especially in community, supports blood sugar stability, emotional regulation, and stress resilience. Nutrition was part of how he stayed grounded enough to keep going, bringing families back to the table. Yeah, getting that conversation going. The brain does not lead well when it is underfueled. 5 ways Dr. King's life greatly impacted humanity. So let's move into this. I want these to be clear as I speak them. The first one, he modeled nonviolent strength, proving power does not require brutality. He elevated collective dignity, not individual ego. 3, he unified people across race, faith, class, and through shared humanity. Let me get that right. He demonstrated that discipline sustains movement, not emotion alone. And 5, he showed the world that leadership begins with inner alignment, not applause. That is peak level contribution. You know, I can't leave you without 2 quotes to apply today that Dr. King said. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? How do you apply that today? Leadership is not about being right. It is about making your circle better because you were present. This other quote, the time is always right to do what is right. That is conscious leadership in a sentence. You do not wait for comfort. You do not wait for consensus. The act in alignment. The M.E.N mindset at full expression. Dr. King was assassinated at 39 years of age. And we cannot help but wonder what bridges he may have built, what healing he may have expanded had he been allowed to live longer within the same discipline, rhythm of the mindset, movement, and nourishment. This is heavy for me, but I want to be respectful in this deliverance. His life reminds us of this truth. When mindset is clear, when the body is sustained, and when nourishment is present, human potential expands. I know the cloth that I've been born and bred in. So on this Mindful Monday, I choose to honor Dr. King not by debating history, but by applying it. I have lived this life. My parents sustained themselves through it. This is not politics. This is proof. And if the M.E.N mindset can sustain a man carrying the weight of a movement, it can sustain you no matter what you choose to be in life. Mindful Monday reflection. Ask yourself this today. Breathe with me, because here we go. Where in my life can I think more clearly, move more consistently, and nourish myself more intentionally, so my presence improves the spaces I enter? That is how legacies live on. If this honoring resonated with you, stay connected with me. The links will be below. Subscribe, because girl, it helps me and it's free. Keep this conversation alive. Share this with someone who values purpose over noise. And if this is your way of honoring Dr. King, I'm honored that you would choose this to share with your circle. We grow best when we gather with intention. So happy Dr. King Day, and happy Mindful Monday. Peace.